All right, cool. We're at Miles End Guitar Co-op here with Bret Hawes, and this is his guitar, the Viper.
hmm
He's gonna tell us about it. What's going on with this guitar, man? What's
So, this guitar is the first model put out by Belvedere Instrument Co., the company that I started about 3 years ago now. I started it when I first came into the co op, and this is the brainchild of the first model, basically. So, here we have the custom bridge, first time doing that. The 3 barrel telly saddle with the keyholes, keyhole anchor situation. And I started off as a pickup winder. That's how I got into guitar building and stuff. So these are custom wound pickups, and this is like a recipe of PAF that I've been working out for, I guess, like a year and a half or so. And I really like the sound of these ones, which
so?
is nice.
They're humbuckers in?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
these are just like regular humbuckers, just
Uh-huh.
with cool gold foil covers and stuff,
Gotcha.
with the worn finish to match like the worn kind of finish that I ended up doing on the bridge as well. And so the configuration here is neck, middle, bridge, and then volume, tone, tone, and 1, 2, 3. So neck, middle, bridge, and it's the 3-way rotary switch, which is kind of weird and nice. But so we got the Italian tort as well on the back as well, with the roasted flame maple.
Where'd that maple come from?
This is the Hades.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Hades stuff. That guy's awesome. East Coast dude, right?
Yeah.
And so that was pretty sweet.
Where's he's in? Is he in New Brunswick or?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just know for sure he's out east cutting it down out there. So
Cool.
And this is a walnut fretboard. Pretty sure domestic walnut from Lenny's friend, which was cool. And tort headstock too, with the brass nameplate that I cut out in bevel and hand stamped. This time I like filled the letters with black. That was pretty
Oh
interesting.
yeah.
And so over time it gets like a natural tarnish to it, which I really like. And as you can see, I kind of I
Oh, you
wear
want?
down the tuners as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
give
Yeah, I was
it
wondering
like
about that
a-
finish. Yeah. So it
give
all
it-
fits in together. Yeah.
Exactly. So you can't
Beautiful.
really like buy that finish. You gotta earn that with 400 grit sandpaper. You know what I mean? So
Totally.
yeah, which is nice. And so this time I did a tortoise truss rod cover as well, which is pretty chill. That's like a real bone nut, so bone for tone, classic. Nickel medium frets, 25.5 inch scale, and a Kume body.
Well, tell me about the bridge and how you made that.
So the bridge was basically, I have like a little, I basically drew it down on a piece of paper roughly, and then sent it to my uncle, and my uncle's good at CAD files and stuff, so he like drew it up in CAD file like as like a separate thing, and then we adjusted a few like things, and then ended up coming up with this, which we sent that file to a company called Sencut Sen. They're pretty chill, and got it here pretty quickly. And from there, basically, I just did a couple little things to make it fully usable. Like I had to drill the holes in the back of this thing, but they did the bends and
They did the
stuff,
bends. That's
which
cool.
was pretty chill.
Yeah, yeah.
And all the cuts and stuff, but it was still rough, so I had to like bevel soften all the edges and do like a finish over top type thing, and then press my name into it, and then filled the name with black, and then flattened it. So, and these are Godo saddles. So these are the compensated Godo brass.
Oh
saddles.
yeah, nice.
Yeah, so I just buy the Godo saddles and toss them onto the plate here,
Uh-huh.
and then boom, bada bing, you got a bridge, So, and I really like this because it turns the bridge and tailpiece kind of into a unit rather than like it's like this is the unit. You just drop it in and boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Because it's not string through or anything.
Right, right.
It's like literally just the anchor of the plate here.
And you might
I
get a
just,
little
like,
extra. You nice have long string ends like that. You might get a little stretch on the strings, or for it's like
Yeah.
a top loading telly kind of almost. Yeah,
Exactly.
but longer. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
It's
really
pretty
cool.
chill.
Yeah.
And so because it's so short, you don't really get like sympathetic craziness like some other things that I used to do. I used to do like a fake tailpiece back here that was string through.
Uh-huh.
And because the strings were so long, when you're playing, you'd get the like wah,
I see.
you get the resonant stuff
Uh-huh.
happening, which if you like that, it's cool. But
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
like stuff something in there if you don't like that. So
The
that's kind of
tortoise
thing.
you have is it's really nice and thick. I've never like seen stuff like that. I don't think. Is it like a? Are you looking for thicker material when you use it?
Yeah, so when I used the tortoise, basically, I first found it when I first came in here and saw like Nick from Island Instrument Co. using it, and Daddy from Daddy Mojo. You know what I'm saying, Lenny?
Yeah.
Lenny from Daddy Mojo. he was using it as well, and so I asked if I could buy some off them, and they so graciously sold me some. And this is the Italian tort. It's like 3 millimeters thick or so, and it doesn't come this shiny though. You gotta like polish that.
Does it actually come from Italy, or is it? Or,
No, so
oh,
it's basically it's an imported product that's
uh-huh.
like melted down plastic chips, and this Italian tortoise is like a style of tortoise shell.
I see.
It's like the when you say Italian tortoise shell,
Uh-huh.
you mean basically it's like you can see through it. There's like depth to it. You know how
Uh-huh.
like with some of the tortoise shell, it's like a printed photo, and then there's just clear on top.
Uh-huh.
It's like that's like tortoise shell, quote unquote, but
Yeah.
it's like,
Cheap.
this is the well, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't like to say it, but it's like the stuff looks super fancy and super legit.
Yeah.
And so you can
it's really
see
nice
like
and thick. Yeah.
the depth on the corners and stuff when you look at it, right?
And the head plate, did you just do that by hand, or how'd you work that out?
Yeah, with the head plate.
I mean the brass.
Oh, the brass. Yeah. So the brass was just a sheet, just like this. I have this sheet over here. Came off this sheet actually. It was just that before, and I draw something out on there, cut it out roughly, and then file it and bevel it to where it needs to go, basically the rough shape, and then I punch the letters in with a letter stamp and a press that I have. It's like similar to like a fret. It's basically a fret press. It's that little press down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so just crank that down with the letter press, and boom, bada bing. It takes a little bit to get the right depth per like the feeling of how much pressure it takes to get the right depth per press.
Yeah.
But I've done it now a few times, so it's a bit of a skill, but now I've done it a few times and it works really good. And then the holes I just drill and then countersink and use flathead countersunk flat top screws. So
You have like a real
super-
specific visual style. It's sort of like I don't know, jet age, I guess I would think about
Yeah.
it. Is that something that you came like did
Absolutely.
yeah, and where you have some inspiration for that, or just
Yeah,
what?
so the original inspiration for the Viper comes from Battlestar Galactica, actually. Yeah, it was like when I first came in here, I was thinking I wanted to do something new age, kind of spacey type thing, because I love Star Trek and all that kind of stuff. And so Mike turned me on to Battlestar Galactica. I started watching that a lot, and the way that the ships are
Is
designed.
Mike Kennedy or?
Yeah, Mike Kennedy.
Uh-huh.
The way the ships are designed, they have this like cool, like really specific way of doing it. And so I basically took inspiration from their little fighter jet, the little like the little fighter jet guy, which is called the Viper, and kind of tried to make that into a guitar more or less. And that's why it's got like this upper deck situation and like this whole visual like going forward and all this kind of stuff. And so that and the name kind of comes from Battlestar Galactica, for sure, the BSG universe, So
Cool.
Yeah.
And talk a little bit about your history as a pickup winder and how that works into your guitars.
Yeah, so when I first got into like being a guitar person, it was like through pickups and stuff. I initially got a job at Next Gen Guitars, which sells guitar parts on the internet and stuff like that here or over in Ottawa. And from there, I was trying to be like, how can I start building guitars? And nobody would give me a job, so I figured I would like learn how to wind pickups first, and then make a business out of that, and then make guitars eventually, type thing. And so I learned a lot of how to do pickups with John, the owner of Next Gen, from him and I learning on YouTube together and working stuff out together and just experimenting, and we learned at the same time. And then from there, basically, I used that experience to do business on the side, pickup winding and stuff, like Facebook Marketplace ads and stuff. I'd post like pickup repair or pickup whatever, custom pickups, and people give me random jobs. And I did that like part-time Next Gen, part-time that for a bit. And then the opportunity came in the co-op to get a space. So I used so I was like, I'll move my pickup winding full-time into the co-op while learning how to build guitars, and then snowball it into this basically. And so I friggin' took the space and got my old boss John at Next Gen to I quit that job and moved on. It was crazy, so that was sweet,
So,
And,
when you're winding the pickups like that, what do you have
off YouTube mostly, I guess.
You learn it off YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah. But what do you like? What's your goal like with these pickups? Do you have an idea in mind what you wanted to do or what you wanted it to sound like?
At the start, I really wanted to like just experiment with crazy stuff because I really like weird, unique vintage situations, stuff like that. And so I mostly wanted different looks and styles and stuff. But now, after winding pickups for a while, now it's like the chase for like unique tones, but how to get like unique classic tones, but in like a different looking kind of situation. Because it's
Uh-huh.
like humbuckers look so normal to me now,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm just like yearn to do other weird stuff. Like I've done other bow tie shaped pickups and stuff like that, and so uh, basically into the future, the hopes and ambitions are to do like fully custom stuff that looks different but also close enough that people can recognize what it is so they don't get too weirded out,
Mm-hmm.
but also cool and unique and stuff like that that's like unique to Belvedere, you know.
Are you still selling custom pickups, or are you done with that?
I do it on a case by case basis. People sometimes hit me up, but I mostly do like vintage repair on the side. So I have like a few shops here in town because that's where I started off was like vintage
Rewinds?
restoration
Uh-huh.
and rewinds and stuff like that, you know.
Gotcha.
And so I have like a list of people who like give me jobs over time, like little shops and stuff like that. And so I basically do that while building the guitars,
Uh-huh.
and like it's really hard to say no to those jobs because there's not a lot of other people who do that kind of stuff. So it's like, where else do you send them? But then also, it's nice for me to be able to do that. So it keeps the lights on while we experiment in this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Because now we got some new stuff coming that's like gonna be worked out pretty soon, and it's like it, that enables me to do more R&D. We'll say for the future, which I'm pretty excited about.
Cool, man. That sounds
Absolutely.
great. Thank you so much for. I'm excited to see what you come up with. This is like super cool, unique thing, and it's just got so much of your personality in it, and it's really cool.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, buddy.